getting really big bucks in the treasury. That is one possibility in the future. So therefore, thank you very much, and I would request that the board would approve $1,000 for the bingo committee to get bingo started. Thank you.
That will be the first. That will be the first item on the agenda. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute. Do we have any questions from the board? I have a couple of questions. Since this is a bingo, Heritage Points Bingo Committee, who is the committee reporting to, the GM?
No, it's independent of the Master Association. They're their own corporation, for lack of a better
They're
term.
not a corporation.
No, the license is separate, and they're run separate. They have their own treasurer, their own president, everything. They won't have anything to do with the HPCA. And like Joanne said, anytime bingo is done here, any group that wants to do bingo at HPCA is going to have to do it through them. It's excellent. We've worked so hard on this, and I want to just say how much Joanne and Bunny have worked on it. I mean, they put tireless hours on it.
You've done a very commendable job, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. As Bill said, we've been working on this for 2 years. Go ahead.
The other question I have, what were the benefits to the association other than just an activity? There are no financial benefits?
Yes, there are. There's a number of them. One of the financial benefits is, like Joanne said, if we need more 8-foot tables to do more people, and it directly impacts bingo. Those tables also have other uses, but primarily we can expand this room by buying more 8-foot tables, which will be property of the association. There's more. I've said just get started because of the expense situation that I'm not going to charge them room rental for the pack. But Joanne and Bunny both said in meetings we've had in the future, they can use room rental as a way to give money back to the association. So when they have let's say their treasury is fully funded, we've got the board. By the way, we probably hang it up, have Gary's guys hang it up for bingo and take it down when we didn't do it. We can charge $400 a night rent. And it's a way for them to give money back to the association without violating any rules that they're governed by.
Do we have any other questions from the board? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Get to the agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the January 31st, 2011 board meeting.
Second.
Any comments, changes, questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Oh, I'm sorry. The approval of the minutes is next. Yeah. There is no unfinished business, so now we have first item is approved startup funds for bingo night. Do I have any? No, treasurer.
You want me to do a treasurer's report?
You can do it now or later.
I can do it now if you want.
That's fine.
Okay.
I thought you were going to defer it until the budget adjustment.
Well, yeah, I can only, I'm not used to this mic. I can only report on the actual results, and I'll compare those to last year because one of the items on the agenda later in this meeting is to approve a revised budget. So until that agenda item gets addressed, I'll just point out how we did this month versus last January. So the association had a profit this month of $37,000. Last year at this time, the profit was $52,000, so we're just about $15,000 less than last year. But keep in mind, last year we finished the year with a $300,000 profit. So we're not expecting to be anywhere near that this year. So it's not unusual that we'll be performing not as good as last year. The revenue numbers were down from last year by about $8,000, and we're a little bit higher on expenses by $6,000. That's about a 2% increase. So again, I think we're doing good. It's just that once again we're not expected to do as good as we did last year. Two other points I thought I'd share with you because some of them came up from recent board questions. And one was, we have a new bar now in place, and that bar opened up mid-October. And so one board member asked to see if we could identify the alcohol sales for December and November of 2010 plus January of 2011 back to the comparable period last year. And in the comparable 3-month period last year, we did $38,000 of alcohol sales, and for the comparable period this year, we did a little over 50,000. So it's an increase of $12,000. That's about a 32% increase. So that's so far the effect of the borrowing. The other thing that was somewhat discussed earlier was, if you remember, we kind of changed the golf program a little bit this year, where we moved one day from shotgun starts to tee times. And so someone asked, well, okay, and this is very limited data, by the way. So how did we do in January, again this year versus last year? And once again, it's an increase of $4,200. Last year we did a little less than 19,000. This year we did a little more than 23,000. So that's about a 23% increase. So again, it's a little preliminary yet to make any final decision, but it looks like it's headed in the right way. So that's it, Neil.
Question from the board on the financial report? Okay. Finished business, none, new business. I have a motion to approve startup funds for bingo night.
I so move that we allocate the money, $1,000 for the startup fees for the bingo program.
Yeah, I think we ought to refer to that as a loan, startup loan.
That we approve the startup fees as a loan for the bingo project.
Okay. Second amendment. Board comments, questions? Discussion? Is there any resident comment?
And this is a comment, so.
Remember, like, one question.
I know, that's why this is a comment.
Bonnie Walsh, Country Club Estates. My comment is, I didn't hear anything addressing the liquor license, whether that is.
May I answer that?
Yes, you should get
I have checked with the county, and I checked with the captain of the police department, that is the bingo person in Sheriff Bob White's department. It's our decision if we choose to have alcohol in the bingo room. A lot of people don't do it because people spill on their cards, et cetera, et cetera. It is our decision if we choose to let people bring in drinks.
Thank you.
In regard to the association.
Well, she got to ask.
No, it's not considered.
A question answered without asking. Any further comment? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just don't think you mentioned in your motion how much money
Hey,
was
please
used.
come up.
In your motion,
Would you
you
identify yourself?
mentioned that you want to give them.
Would you identify yourself, please?
My name is Leon Silverman, Pinecrest Village. I don't think you mentioned how much, did you? You did, I'm sorry.
Is there any further resident comments? Michelle, please come up.
You did, okay, I'm sorry.
I'm Maria Miller from Whisper Green. I think it's a great idea. I just don't know if we have to provide diverse for people, daubers, as part of the startup funds? Okay.
We are going to be purchasing daubers for 99 cents a dauber. We will be selling daubers for $1.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Do we have any further resident comment?
One question.
Please come up here.
No, I'm sorry, you hear me.
Burley, I said please come up here.
They want to hear the video, won't get you.
Oh, I see. I understand. I'm really sorry. I have just a couple of questions.
Please identify
Sheila
yourself.
from Country Club Village. First is, where is this going to take place? Where is this going to take place? In the back room. And how does this impact the other events that are going on here?
Again, we're not.
Yeah, we don't take questions to Burr, just to answer, because it's out there now. We'll just book it around other events. I mean, we haven't picked what night. I mean, if we have a Friday night, we know it's popular for the residents. Saturday night's very popular for outside events. We'll find a night that's appropriate. But it won't displace something. if that's where you're going.
Okay, it's not misplacing it.
Yeah.
All right, that was my question.
Any further resident comment? Any further board questions, comments? All in favor signify by raising your right hand. All, anyone in hand? Motion carries unanimously. Again, I'd like to commend the bingo committee for an outstanding job. I do remember when we started this project 5 years ago when I was chair of the community relations committee. Okay, item number 2, approve replacement of restaurant china from the reserve fund not to exceed $11,000. Do I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Who made the motion?
I did. Sorry, I didn't say.
Okay. Board comment, questions?
I have something else. A question of the GM. When were the plates audited?
On December 29th.
Is it a common practice to go to the board first and ask for approval of the funds before you place them?
Yep, the purveyor notified Paul the day before that we could save 10% or $1,100 on the purchase. So I went to the president and the treasurer of the association in my normal weekly meeting and asked for permission to order it. It was in the reserve. It's a reserve expense reserve. It's since proved it. We've not received it. We've not paid for it.
I didn't know that 2 board members speak for the entire board.
We did not approve it. He has not taken custody of the china. This board chooses not to approve it.
It's already been delivered.
No, it hasn't. That was chafing. That was chafing dish. It's not
So we had the sample.
It's a sample here, yeah.
We only have the sample.
Yeah.
This board chooses not to approve it. This board chooses not to approve it.
Yeah, no, like I said, I would agree with Bob, is that under normal circumstances, this should have been approved back in December. It's an oversight. I think it's still a worthwhile purchase, in my own opinion. But should we have done it earlier? Absolutely. Yeah.
Further board comment or question?
I just feel compelled to say that on the large events for private parties, that the present food and beverage staff has needed to rent china. So this is increasing our inventory and improving the quality of the china. So I'll be there.
Any further any further board comment or question? Resident comment?
Maria Miller, Whisper Green. I was wondering whether the old china was going to be, or how the old china was going to be disposed of. And I found that, oh, this is nice, but it's not as pretty as the old china. There's no doubt about it. This is just there.
Okay, no question.
And I thought, I wondered who picked it.
Again,
And
not
the
taking
other-
question.
Yeah, I understand that. But there's no place, I thought the Board of Directors Forum was the place to ask questions. There's no place then to ask questions.
We have the resident forum to do
Oh, and I thought this was it. I misunderstood. Okay, my
that. No
fault.
problem.
And the other thing that I wanted to know is when things are disposed of, such, well, I'll make it as a comment. I would like to know, I'm just going to ask it as a question straight up. When things are disposed of, where do they go and how do we find out about it? If should residents be entitled to purchase the ones that are being disposed of? Or are they going to be given to someone like a charity? If so, who and who decides that?
I think you ought to ask the GM that after me.
Yeah, I got all that.
Okay.
Who has a